From demanding $500 million to fighting over 4 belts, here's everything you need to know about the upcoming fight between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk. Boxing fans have been rooting for it ever since Usyk challenged Fury to a fight in front of a full crowd at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Well, it's happening, and my job is to make sure you know everything there is to know about this matchup. The enthusiasm for the fight had gone off the charts when Bob Arum announced that it had happened in the first quarter of the year, and he was right.
He's very intelligent. He's going to bring a great game plan to the fight.
A recent source has said that the fight will take place on April 29th, and I literally cannot wait that long. As per ESPN's most recent reports, there are negotiations going on. A deal for the boxing heavyweight's scheduled fight. Now, admittedly, we're not getting our hopes too high. For those who don't know, the fight was originally scheduled for March, but despite the eagerly awaited matchup set for March, it was delayed by a few weeks. Fans were confused about what was holding up the match, and Mike Coppinger came to save the day.
Willing to get back into the mix. Like you said, that 3-field fight deal he's looking at, the first fight since he hasn't fought.
He wrote on Twitter that Usyk had completed his part of the agreement with the Saudis, and Fury was the culprit, for he hadn't done the same yet. Fury has to complete his part of the deal quickly, because if he doesn't, then the fight will head to Wembley. It's the only backup choice they have. The date of the fight was announced, but the venue remained a problem. Frank Warren had stated that the negotiations might work, but there are 2 venues that they're aiming for.
Guys who've got massive followings in social media and so forth. That's why
Saudi Arabia or the UK. This match is very important, as their matchup would crown the next undisputed heavyweight champion. This makes their match historic, and the rivalry is more intense, which is why their trash talk is entertaining to witness. Recently, Usyk posted a video from his training session. He used it to send a message to his rival, who often refers to him as middleweight. In other words, too small to compete with Fury in the ring.
4 дні, напевно, по Україні випустили більш ніж 100 ракет.
In the video, the WBA, IBF, and WBO heavyweight world champion said, "Hey Belly, I'm coming for you," while running in a pool.
this week.
Наскільки багато мотивації ситуація в Україні тобі дає цього тижня?
And tapping his stomach in reference to Fury's physique. Usyk refers to Fury as Belly. He had first used Twitter to call out his opponent earlier. He posted a picture of him in swimming trunks, captioned that the middleweight is here, and then called out Fury by saying, "Where are you, Belly?" Fury was quiet for a while, but of course, he couldn't help but issue a response. He was sitting alongside Derek Chisora for a fight when he was asked about these comments.
The chin you showed tonight.
What's a chin? No, you know what? Yeah, thanks to the ref. You know, as a fighter, you don't want to stop.
To this, he said there's nothing from his side, not even on social media. Asked about Usyk calling him the Belly, to this he said, "Belly's gonna get ya." He continued that big bellies eat rabbits, so he's going to gobble up his opponent. But according to him, there's no point in talking smack if the fight isn't happening yet. But the moment it is, he'll be ready. So how did this all start and what's riding on it? Fury has proven that he's one of the best boxers to ever step foot in the ring.
You know, I felt good. I needed some rounds. I hadn't boxed since April. It's been 8 or 9 months since then.
He was ranked as the best active heavyweight boxer by ESPN in August 2022, but Fury announced his retirement after the fight against Dillian Whyte. Usyk, on the other hand, had fought with Anthony Joshua, and after defeating him, he said that he isn't fighting at all unless it's against Fury.
I'm just taking over, really. I'm already fit, ready to go. I'm 19 stone 7 this morning, so I box.
The retired boxer said that he loves boxing, but will come back for an obscene amount of money. He demanded the fight to be for $500 million. He said that if he's going to give an unknown quantity the opportunity to try and beat him, they've got to pay for that. Not because he needs the money, but because he matters that much. It'd be the biggest fight in the world, according to him, so it needs to be the biggest payday as well. And let's not forget about the titles. As of now, Fury is the defending WBC heavyweight champion.
Well, we'll just have to find out in the new year.
Do you have a preference yourself?
My lawyers and promoters will be dealing with that.
And Usyk holds the WBA, IBF, and WBO belts, so when they meet in the ring, there will be several titles on the line, and that makes the match even more interesting. Whoever loses would lose their titles, and more importantly, whoever wins would take the gold.
Here's second home of the Gypsy King.
Well, look, this place, not necessarily the drum in Wembley.
The winner of this match is looking to become the unified champion of the world, so stay tuned for Wembley to see one of the most iconic matches, if it does become confirmed, that is. If I'm being honest, most people think that Fury is going to be the one on top. Bear in mind, both fighters are legends and will be remembered for a long time, but Usyk will have to step up his game and change something about his physique to have a solid winning chance.
Хороший лагерь, в какой я форме буду, они увидят. Я заранее как я в форме.
Tyson's dad said the same thing. He dissed Usyk by saying that Tyson's wife could be put in the ring and she wouldn't look any different from Usyk. Ouch. John thinks that they're about the same size.
For winner take all. Let's see if they do that. He's saying that Joshua can do that. Winner take all. Tyson will go.
And that Tyson's wife might even have a bigger pair of shoulders. He continued that Usyk looks like he hasn't eaten for 3 months. I mean, he does look scrawny, but after training, the body does turn into something completely different. According to him, Tyson is unbeatable. The Gypsy King has won all over the world, so that's true. But if he can beat one Ukrainian dosser, he can beat another. Here's the hard and cold reality. Fury outweighs almost every other fighter on the planet, and this is why he's a scary opponent. Taking up a fight with him is pretty much guaranteeing a loss already. Obviously, every other fighter dreams of taking down a legend, but not with Fury. There are very few people who'd willingly get in a ring with Fury and think that they'll win. Usyk seems to be one of them.
Крытая территория, здесь никого кроме нас нет. Здесь ходят прекрасные животные.
Most of the fighters are well aware of Fury, and they know that beating such a large man with his elite level of boxing skills is virtually impossible. One of the fighters who've gotten in the ring with him is Deontay Wilder.
Amazing, you know, going through the training camps and
he knew he had a chance, but that's because of his brilliant skill. He's arguably the hardest puncher in the world. Know what that makes him? A knockout artist. But he was aware that if he didn't knock out Fury, he had no chance of winning, and he lost. But Usyk has his own set of skills too. He doesn't come close to Fury, but he made Anthony Joshua look like an amateur.
Sorry, but no. I'm not just happy to be here. They think I'm a basketballer or I play NFL or something like that, and
he's incredibly fast. Even then, he must know that Fury is a whole other ordeal. It looked as though Usyk was the one stalling negotiations for a while. I am aware of Tyson Fury's ultimatum. He was told by Usyk's promoter that he must accept a 50-50 split deal for their title fight. Further details haven't been given, but the Ukrainian boxer's promoter did insist that the revenue be split down the middle.
At this stage, I don't know what's gonna be in the future, but
his stance is that Usyk has 3 belts and Fury has 1, so naturally they must split to make it fair. He then teased Fury, saying that if Fury accepts these fair conditions, that means he's a real warrior, and he wants to fight for their heritage and legacy, and not the money. But the fans already know that Fury has made it clear, a fight with him means more money for him. Fury doesn't even think it'll be a tough fight for him. He thinks of Chisora as a much tougher opponent to deal with. All in all, it seems like the fight is on now. The money is definitely going to be a big factor, no matter the belts or the legacy, but I can't wait to see who comes out on top. That wraps up everything you need to know about the upcoming fight between Fury and Usyk.